Welcome to This Is Arlington, Arlington High School's student-produced television show. I'm Sarah Heiner.
And I'm Allison Zandy. On today's show, we have an interview with Senior Casey Stoop.
We'll also bring you an exclusive report on County Sheriff Martell Washington.
We'll also look at the most embarrassing songs on students' playlists. But first, now that seniors are gone, underclassmen are looking towards their senior year. Bailey Rye asked students what their future senior quotes will be.
What would your senior quote be?
At least I made it this far.
Probably that all my poster project grades were hundreds because my mom did them.
Titus 3:3-7.
Hopefully it's only up from here.
Back to the girl that had a lot to say about being depressed the other day. Molly, what's good?
What was your senior quote?
Barb, stay in school.
What would your senior quote be?
You can't crank 90s if you don't work for the maths.
Do your work and always study.
Probably if I was a day of the week, I'd be Wednesday because people either love me or they hate me. If you were a senior, what would your senior quote be?
My senior quote would be, I do not know the next chapter, but I do know the author.
My senior quote would be, I love Drake because I love Drake.
My senior quote would be, I'm not Leo, because Leo's was, I'm not Seth.
Every gambler stops before their big win, so never stop gambling. Always go for black!
For this next report, Tiger Life reporter Alea Washington chose to focus on someone close to home. Here's a report on her dad, County Sheriff Martell Washington.
County Sheriff Martell Washington's journey in law enforcement isn't just about the badge. It's about hard work and the people who helped him, his family.
Through my family. I look forward to seeing them guys when I get home and enjoying being around them, so it helps me with my mental, emotional, and physical.
He also uses modeling and social media to stay grounded.
They call me a model. I'm known as the model cop at work.
Sure, Martell works hard serving his community, but he also found a way to balance the stress of being a police officer through modeling on platforms such as TikTok and Instagram. He started sharing his style and his story on social media, and it took off as the months progressed. Now he's using his platform to not only continue showing off his style, but to also show that it's okay to care about mental health, even with a tough job like law enforcement. Sheriff Washington proves you can break stereotypes, inspire people, and still stay true to yourself.
Though seniors have left AHS as they prepare for their graduation, we still have more seniors we'd like to spotlight. Here is Grayson Brandt's interview with Senior Casey Stoop.
Hello Tigers, I'm Grayson Brandt and I'm sitting with one of my high school best friends, Casey Stoop, a senior at AHS and also a member of the TV production class. Casey, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm glad you're doing great.
Thank you.
So, just to get things started, what are your plans for next year after you graduate?
My plans for next year is I'm going to go to Liberty University. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to major in, but I feel called to ministry. I don't know if that's in a pastor role or whatever, but I really like working, I would want to work in youth ministry, specifically high school. So I may go into Liberty with maybe like a major in communications, something like that, learn how to speak, learn how to write, do all that stuff. And then Liberty actually has a youth ministry degree. So I may minor in that. I don't know exactly what I can do with it. I still need to talk to some pastors and figure out what exactly would be the best path. But those are my plans for after high school.
Now back to high school. What was your favorite part of high school?
Oh, man. I think the friends that I made and the community I built, because my community really lies in church. And so a lot of those friends that I got were from church, and some of them I've been with since 4th and 5th grade, one of those being Jackson Lyons. We've been best friends since 5th grade. But, going from having that group that's at church and then also there in Arlington too has been very helpful. So that's probably been my favorite part, is building those relationships on a foundation that is in church but also in school.
How would you say that community has impacted not just your life, but specifically in high school through these hard years?
Oh man, I think it's just good to have somebody to talk to. And it's really helpful to, kind of get that stress off, and even if you don't have some accountable thing to just dump on them, you're still able to, just be with them. So they've kind of given me a, I guess not a life outside of school, but somewhere to go to kind of chill out. But they've also really helped me in my relationship with Christ, and it's been very encouraging.
That's great to hear. So back to high school. What would you say is your favorite TV production memory? And I know there's got to be some good ones because we've been doing this together for 4 years.
Favorite TV production memory? Oh man, I think it's got to come from this year. First semester, me and you made that project with the 2 bulldogs.
Oh, I said the same thing. Yes. Okay.
And we took them to Petco.
Yeah.
And we dressed them up in a hot dog wiener costume and a taco costume. We took them to Starbucks, got them pup cups. And I mean, it was so stupid. We didn't have a project idea. We didn't know what we were going to do. And I was like, let's just come up with the most stupid thing we can do. Just make it funny. Like we need some comedic relief in AHS Tiger Life. And then we somehow put that together. It was hilarious.
I wish that we would have had like a camera of me recording to show my facial expressions, but also to show the people around us, the looks that like the workers and the people around us were giving us were just so funny.
It was hilarious.
So as you move on and you graduate and you kind of leave your so-called legacy, what would you say you want people to remember you for?
I think I really want people to remember me as someone who tried to exemplify and glorify Christ in everything that he did. And a lot of people, they wouldn't look at me that way. They may look at me as, you know, that guy is super, like he's nice and, you know, he's a chill guy. But like for me, I want them to see Christ, and even if they might not see Christ, they may wonder what I have, that joy that I have, and they may ask me about it, which would lead into a gospel conversation. And that's really my goal. So I want people to, I want people to remember me as a guy who they could always go to, but everything that he was doing, he was trying to glorify Christ in it.
That's real good. So kind of just to wrap things up, what is one tip that you have for freshmen?
The tip that I have for freshmen would to be get involved. Find what you want to do, find your community to do it with, and then surround yourself in it. Like I said earlier, mine was church. I found my community in that. They ended up being my community at school. I was lucky to be able to go to school with you and all the rest of the guys.
Right, yeah.
So it's been really good to, find what I love to do and then do it with people. So that would be my advice. Find what you love to do it with people.
Well, Casey, thank you so much for your time. It's been sweet these years in high school, and I can't wait to see what you go off and do when you graduate.
Thanks, dude.
Anyways, Tigers, that's all that we have for you for this interview. Back to the studio.
It's time to check in with Kennedy Dupree for our last Tiger on the Street report.
I'm Kennedy Dupree reporting for AHS Tiger Life alongside Anna Latham. We asked Arlington High School students the most embarrassing song on their playlist. Let's see what they have to say.
What's the most embarrassing song on your playlist?
The most embarrassing song? Probably Party in the USA. I'm not gonna lie.
Probably Barbie by Aqua.
Probably Confidence by Justin Bieber, not gonna lie. I don't know why it's there.
Probably the whole entire Hamilton soundtrack.
What's the most embarrassing song on your playlist?
It's not even that embarrassing, but it's Moana. Like, the song, what I'm saying? I be vibing that joint in the car, quit playing. Also, Big Time Rush, and Lego Ninjago intro song.
Mia Moore from Coco.
Okay, the most embarrassing song on my playlist is Irreplaceable by Beyonce, because I play that song every time I get heartbroken, which is a lot.
Exchange by Bryson Tiller.
What's the most embarrassing song on your playlist?
Probably Party Rock Anthem. I listen to that every time I'm about to crash out, and it makes me stop crying. So,
Boy's a Liar Part 2 by Ice Spice.
Shake It Off by Taylor Swift.
Chicken Grease by Lotto.
Okay, Sarah, what's the most embarrassing song on your playlist?
Probably Miami by Will Smith or the entire Descendants soundtrack.
Valid. That one's valid. I see it.
What's yours?
Probably the Bad Baby diss track on Alabama Barker, Miss Whitman. Low-key, it's so good though, but it's low-key embarrassing.
I'll have to give it a listen. That's all the time we have today for this edition of This is Arlington.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, AHS Tiger Life.
Remember to turn on post notifications to find out when we release new episodes.
Thanks for watching.
Have a great day.